Hey guys, what's up? DJ's Aviation. Welcome to another video of mine. Today we'll be discussing the future of Virgin Australia and also what has been going on with them in recent years. The structure of this video may be a little all over the place, however this was a highly requested video and that's why I'm here today making it. In this video I'll be covering the new routes for Virgin Australia that have started up recently, possible new routes I think they could start up, the fleet of Virgin Australia and the aircraft they've ordered and I believe they could order, and the 3-year plan to turn around Virgin Australia. We'll begin with Virgin Australia's expansion into Asia, but more specifically Hong Kong. The CEO of Virgin Australia said people said 12 months ago you'll never get slots into Hong Kong, but we now have 7. So by this time next year I'm hopeful we'll be flying into a new Asian city. Connectivity in China is important, said the CEO of Virgin Australia. He's halfway through his 3-year turnaround plan that aims to end a streak of losses. If you can tap into 2 hubs where their airlines feed, that gives you a big advantage. So recently in July of 2017, Virgin Australia commenced the Melbourne to Hong Kong service. It's been on average now more than 2/3 full during the first 2 months of operations, new figures show. Analysis of the Bureau of Infrastructure, Transport and Regional Economics monthly reports on international passenger traffic indicated Virgin Australia carried 15,818 passengers. That's 7,887 inbound and 7,931 outbound between Melbourne and Hong Kong in the months of July and August. Virgin Australia's biggest domestic rival, Qantas, is already chasing China traffic. In January of this year, Qantas resumed its first service to Beijing from Sydney since the route was axed after the financial crisis. Qantas' partnership with China Eastern Airlines Corporation as well. And as they are operating into Hong Kong now direct from Melbourne, they are also looking at flights from Sydney to Brisbane to various other Asian cities, so they can certainly see the demand there for it. And while this sounds like a stretch of Virgin's international fleet, which has all of 5 Boeing 777s committed to Los Angeles and just 6 Airbus A330s, you can always get aircraft, he said. Their current fleet consists of Boeing 737-8s, Airbus A330-200s, Boeing 777-300ERs, Boeing 737-800s, and the rapidly declining Embraer E190s set to be all retired before the year's end. They've also ordered up to 40 737-8 MAXs, which are set to be delivered between 2019 and 2021. However, some of the aircraft I feel could have benefited or would work with Virgin Australia include the introduction of more A330-200s to create more and more routes to Asia where the demand for flights into Australia is constantly growing. This would allow them to possibly start flights into Japan, more cities in Asia, including various airports throughout China where the demand is constantly growing. He also continued on to say it's actually not that hard if we want an aircraft, we can get one next month because there are leasing companies that have got spots. However, the main thing he has been talking about and focusing on is the slots that he requires. They're still looking for slots into particular airports, however he does promise that they will be getting more as the time goes on. It's also worth noting that Virgin Australia's shares are down about 26% this year and are trading near a record low, valuing at 1.48 billion Australian. Qantas, which has delivered record profits amid its own 3-year turnaround plan, has gained 61% year to date. That's also, I think, one of the key motivations for the CEO to start his 3-year turnaround plan, and that's what I'm going to get on to explaining now. As part of his 3-year turnaround plan, the CEO aims to complete a large transformation of Virgin Australia. His transformation program includes cutting the cost of everything from catering to maintenance, simplifying the fleet, and pushing back delivery of the Boeing 737 MAX jets. Virgin Australia has announced a major redevelopment of its Melbourne Airport domestic terminal as well, as the country's number 2 airline chases Qantas' lucrative corporate flyers. The airline, which has transformed itself from a budget operation to a full-service carrier over the past 6 years, sets self-service check-in kiosks, automated bag drop facilities, and streamlined security screening will make its new terminal facilities quicker and easier for the passengers. With the success of the Melbourne to Hong Kong route, which has now been confirmed to be 68.3% full on flights departing from Hong Kong, and 68.7% for the airline's flight departing Melbourne, the CEO has been looking at a number of new routes to start up throughout Asia. Some of the ones I feel would be best would include flights to Beijing, however he has ruled that out at this stage. Possible flights connecting maybe Melbourne, Sydney or Brisbane to Shanghai, Guangzhou, and possibly Xiamen, which is now connected by Xiamen Airlines, if I pronounce that correctly, from Melbourne to Sydney. the main key point is all of these cities have ridiculous populations, with Shanghai going on 24 million, Beijing 22 million, Guangzhou 14 million, and all the rest are easily above 3 million, meaning the possible growth that Virgin Australia could have, as well as taking the market from Cathay Pacific and Qantas, is immense. That's going to pretty much conclude the video on Virgin Australia today. Hopefully this was detailed enough. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I've just researched this today, wasn't able to find a whole heap. So again, if you have any questions, I might link the Wikipedia and a couple of other links in the description below if you want to do further reading on the airline. If there are any other airlines you want me to cover in this future of and past kind of series, feel free to drop them in the comment section below as well. I'd be more than happy to do that. It's quite interesting to explore the future of a particular airline. Even if it's speculation, you always somehow feel interested and invested in the airline by doing these sort of videos, because who knows, your predictions could be correct. So once again, leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video, guys.